Hello, BookTube. I've got a little mail for you to keep our streak going here on a boiling hot Thursday. Just a boiling hot day, but lovely. I mean, it's not an ugly day. It's just after a while, if there are 5 or 6 more days like this, I'm going to start to remind myself every minute that I'm enjoying it that this is October and that this absolutely should not be happening. but so far, I'm not complaining. I have 2 packages here. There are 2 more mail deliveries on the way later today, but I figured we might as well get the streak in and not court disaster. Also, I got a magazine. I got the new New Yorker with this quite lovely cover there. This has quite a bit of stuff in it that I'm going to want, including a long piece about the Chicago fire. And I will probably write about it in great detail. Where, you might ask? Well, that's a secret project. That's a secret project that I'm working on. And naturally, I will propose it to you when the time comes, since I would want you to like it, but we shall see. So that was it. That was the New Yorker was first, and then we have a couple of packages. So let's see what we have here. No need for it to be 20 books, especially when we're risking everything. So, oh no, the first one is a double. This comes out in hardcover for $27. In January. We've already seen it. This is The Plague of Souls by Mike McCormick. But there are quite a few of you here that weren't here the last time we looked at this, so let's look at it again just briefly. Mike McCormick used to be known as a writer's writer. His 1996 debut collection, Getting It in the Head, won the Rooney Prize for Irish fiction, or Irish literature, and was a New York Times notable book. Since that debut, he's modestly published 2 more short story collections and a trio of novels. And what about this book? Nealon returns from prison to his house on the west of Ireland to find it empty. No heat or light, no sign of his wife or child. It's as if the world has forgotten or erased him. Then he starts getting calls from a man who claims to know what's happened to his family, a man who'll tell Nealon all he needs to know in return for a single meeting. In a hotel lobby, in the shadow of an unfolding terrorist attack, Nealon and the man embark on a conversation shot through with secrets and unknown dangers, a verbal game of cat and mouse that leaps from Nealon's past and childhood to the motives driving a series of international crimes launched against, quote, a world so wretched it can only be redeemed by acts of revenge. Okay, well, I mean, it sounds promising. It did the first time, too. I'm not going to touch it or even look at it until the new year. But you know that it's out there. Irish fiction, not very long. This is very much a Jack Edwards style book. Then we'll move on to the next package, and then we'll be done. We're done with this quick, in and out, nobody gets hurt mail haul. let's hope for the best here. What is this next one? Oh, okay. Oh, right. I think the publisher's contacted me about this. This is historical fiction. This is by the author of The Lindbergh Nanny. I bet a lot of you have read that. That was a kind of a popular book club choice. This is Mariah Fredericks is the author, and this is the Wharton Plot. And the Wharton there is Edith Wharton. Let's see here. This is following the incredible success of The Lindbergh Nanny. Yeah, that Lindbergh Nanny got around. Of course, books like this don't really get reviewed, but it became a favorite at libraries. There were long waiting lists. It became a favorite at book clubs. And according to this pub sheet, that book, The Lindbergh Nanny, proved that this author has found her perfect niche, writing reimaginings of historical crimes in America through the eyes of key figures of the time. And that's what this is. A novel that follows renowned novelist Edith Wharton in the twilight years of Gilded Age New York as she tracks a killer. Readers are hungry for these fictional retellings of authors and historical figures, as evidenced by the Christie affair and many others. Okay. A love letter to New York in 1911 with surprisingly modern relevance, The Wharton Plot is moving, deftly plotted crime novel of fame, love, and murder. Okay, what's the plot, though? All right, here we go. New York, 1911 is when this takes place. Edith Wharton, almost equally famed for her novels and her sharp tongue, is bone-tired of Manhattan. Finding herself at a crossroads with both her marriage and her writing, she makes the decision to leave America, her publisher, and her loveless marriage. And then, dashing novelist David Graham Phillips, a writer with often notorious ideas about society and women's place in it, is shot to death outside the Princeton Club. Edith herself met the man only once when the two formed a mutual distaste over tea in the palm court of the Belmont Hotel. When Phillips is killed, Edith's life takes another turn. Her sister is convinced Graham was killed by someone determined to stop the publication of his next book, which promised to uncover secrets that powerful people would rather stay hidden. Though unconvinced, Edith is curious what kind of book could push someone to kill. Okay, I'm absolutely on board. Absolutely on board. That sounds wonderful. This also comes out in January. This comes out at the end of January. So although I am attracted to it, I will not be getting to it. So we have 2 books for next year. The first mail haul of what I assume will be many, where I'm not going to touch the book. I'm just going to put these on a 2024 shelf and hope for the best. Plus the New Yorker, which I will go over in great detail. So there you go. A nice, sunny summer mail haul that had no trouble at all. No food for thought, nothing like that. The only troubling thing about this mail haul is that it's taking place on a day that is 91 degrees Fahrenheit. And no weather system, no weather channel or forecaster or network anywhere in the country is admitting that. And B, that absolutely should not be true. so that's the only worry. The mail is not a worry. It's the books. Basically, it's a mail haul that doesn't exist. I'm not even going to think about these books. There's a hard line between 23 and 2024. I don't cross it. Nothing has tempted me so far this year to cross it. I crossed it twice last year. But nothing has tempted me so far. Plenty more books to come, though. So we will see if that stays true. So I'll wrap up this mail haul before we get into trouble. I will see you next time. Thank you, BookTube.